In 2013, a 21-year-old student named Elisa Lam checked into the infamous Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, a building whose history is saturated with tales of tragedy, violence, and the unexplained. The hotel's faded neon sign cast a pale glow over the street below, and its hallways echoed with the memories of decades past. Suicides, overdoses, and the footsteps of serial killers who once called the Cecil home. For Elisa, it was supposed to be just another stop on her solo adventure across the West Coast. But soon, her story would join the dark legend of the hotel, becoming one of the internet's most chilling mysteries. Days after her arrival, Elisa vanished. She missed her daily check-in with her family. Her belongings were left untouched in her room, as if she'd simply stepped out for a moment and never returned. The police searched the hotel, combing its labyrinthine corridors and peeling wallpaper, but Elisa was nowhere to be found. As her disappearance made headlines, the world's attention zeroed in on one piece of evidence: a surveillance video from the hotel's elevator. The footage began innocently enough. Elisa, dressed in a red hoodie and shorts, stepped into the elevator and pressed a row of buttons. But then, everything changed. She darted into the corner, flattening herself against the wall as if to hide from someone or something just outside the doors. The elevator didn't move. The doors remained open, refusing to close. Elisa peeked out, glancing hurriedly left and right, her eyes wide with fear. At times, she seemed to gesture, her hands moving in strange, almost ritualistic patterns. She stepped in and out, her movements frantic and confused. Then, in a moment that would become infamous, she started smiling, waving. Her lips moved, as if speaking to someone, or something, unseen by the camera. Then, as suddenly as it had begun, Elisa vanished from the frame. The elevator doors finally closed and the car continued its journey, empty. The video released to the public ignited a firestorm of speculation. Internet detectives pored over every frame, analyzing her gestures, her expressions, the inexplicable behavior of the elevator itself. Was someone hiding just out of sight? Did she see something the camera couldn't? Was she running from a pursuer, or from something supernatural? As the days turned into weeks, the mystery deepened. Guests at the hotel began to complain of low water pressure and strange-tasting tap water. Maintenance workers climbed to the roof to investigate the hotel's water tanks, a place inaccessible to guests, protected by locked doors and alarmed exits. Inside one of the massive tanks, floating lifelessly, was Elisa Lam. How she got there remains a question that baffles investigators and haunts the internet to this day. The roof door was locked and alarmed. Any attempt to open it should have triggered a loud warning at the front desk. The tanks themselves were heavy and difficult to access, with lids that would be nearly impossible to replace from the inside. There were no footprints, no fingerprints, no signs of struggle or forced entry. The coroner's report ruled her death accidental, citing drowning, but could offer no explanation as to how she ended up inside the tank. Was Elisa fleeing someone that night? Someone who managed to follow her to the roof and commit the perfect crime? Was she the victim of her own mind, suffering a psychotic break that led her to climb undetected to her watery grave? Or did she encounter something unexplainable, something that transcends the line between reality and nightmare? The elevator video, with its flickering lights and unsettling silence, became a viral sensation. Millions watched, searching for clues in Elisa's erratic movements, her fleeting smiles, her desperate attempts to hide. Some saw the hand of the supernatural, a ghostly presence haunting the hotel, drawing Elisa to her doom. Others pointed to the Cecil's history of violence and depravity, suggesting that evil lingers in places where tragedy repeats itself. Theories multiplied. Was a hotel employee involved, someone with access to the roof and knowledge of the building's hidden passages? Did Elisa's struggles with mental health make her vulnerable to the hotel's darkness, or merely to her own inner turmoil? Did she witness something she shouldn't have? Was she playing a mysterious game, or caught up in a ritual gone wrong? Even the elevator itself became a character in the unfolding drama. Why did its doors refuse to close? Why did it seem to malfunction only when Elisa was inside? Some speculated about a paranormal force interfering with the machinery, a ghostly hand holding the doors open, trapping Elisa in a liminal space between safety and danger. Yet, for all the speculation, no concrete answers emerged. The police closed the case, but the questions lingered. The Cecil Hotel, already infamous, became a pilgrimage site for those obsessed with the macabre. Elisa Lam's story was told and retold in documentaries, podcasts, and internet forums, each retelling adding new layers to the enigma. In the years since, the elevator video has taken on a life of its own. It is replayed, analyzed, and dissected by armchair detectives and paranormal enthusiasts alike. For some, it is a cautionary tale about the dangers of traveling alone, or about the fragile line between reality and delusion. For others, it is an unsolvable riddle, a moment in time where the ordinary world intersected with something inexplicable. The Cecil Hotel itself remains a symbol of urban decay and Gothic horror. Its past can't be erased. The stories of Richard Ramirez, the night stalker who lived there during his killing spree, the unsolved murders and suicides, the endless stream of lives lost and forgotten within its walls. Elisa's story, layered atop these, feels both unique and inevitable. A tragedy that seems almost fated by the hotel's haunted history. But unlike the ghosts of the past, Elisa Lam was real. She had dreams, loved ones, a future. Her disappearance and death left a family shattered, and a world searching for meaning in grainy surveillance footage and unanswered questions. The internet's fascination with her story is tinged with both empathy and unease, a reminder of how quickly a real person can become a legend, their final moments replayed over and over for clicks and curiosity. As the years pass, new theories emerge. Some point to the elevator game, a supposed ritual from internet folklore involving pressing a sequence of buttons to enter another world. Others suggest she was the victim of a copycat killer inspired by the hotel's dark reputation. But none of these theories bring closure. For every clue, there is a contradiction. For every explanation, a dozen more questions. The truth is, no one knows what happened to Elisa Lam in those final moments. Was she driven by fear, by illness, or by forces beyond understanding? Did she die by accident, or was she led to the roof by a hidden hand? The rooftop water tanks, once a source of life for the hotel's guests, became her final resting place, a silent witness to a mystery no one can explain. Even today, the elevator video haunts the internet. It is a ghost story for the digital age, passed from screen to screen, whispered about in late-night conversations and Reddit threads. The Cecil Hotel, with its peeling paint and shadowed hallways, stands as a monument to the unsolved, the uncanny, the unresolved. Elisa Lam, 1991-2013. Her name now inseparable from a moment of terror frozen in time, replayed for a world desperate for answers that may never come. And the elevator video, that strange, silent fragment of a life interrupted, continues to draw us in, daring us to look closer, to wonder, to fear. Because sometimes, the most chilling mysteries are the ones that refuse to be solved. Follow No Face True Crime to learn more mysterious and fascinating stories in the world.